to figure out what to do with this fella. Right, so you're gonna want your shield, obviously, and your armor. And you don't have the, Great. It's been too long since I've done this. Alright, so the next thing we have to do is get the sword, and I know where it is. It's in Lil's area. But I need to get there. Okay, so we do need the jump shoes. And probably this would be a good idea too, yeah. I don't need to spend magic on that jump, but sure, whatever. Alright, so using the crowns at Portraits of the Princess theoretically transports you to different places. And I guess maybe they all go to different places? I do not have enough history with this game to say. Alright. Should not be fighting people, I have the shoes on. Different shoes for different times. Okay. So the internet tells me I need to get this one. Which takes me... Okay. Oh, wow. Okay, so I actually go a couple places. Fun. Alright, so up here. Yeah, sure. You said I need to go downward. Oh, this one? Okay. Alright, so we need monster help. Please? Bark. There we go. Come here. Oh! Come here. working. Okay. No! Yes, yes, no! I don't know why this was easier with Lil. Other than the fact that every time I die, I'd lose health. There we go. There we go. Uh-oh, uh-oh. I'm doomed. Is this where I'm going next? Okay, okay. Okay. Alright, so I go to this portrait here. Oh, wow. Yeah. So there's pretty much no way that we would have figured this out to start with. Back in the olden days, they didn't bother to explain things to you. Okay, so apparently I go through here, but I'm holding left so that I can land on the appropriate block. Okay, and it's that one right there. Okay, but there's an inn, and I feel like I want an inn at the moment. Oof. Because I'm very close to dying. But is this one here? Oh, okay. Alright. Here we go! Okay, so I know where this is. Alright, so we have our sword. So we're good. We're gonna take it home. If we survive. In! Whew. Alright. You might just be able to finish this. Okay. I don't think I need crowns anymore. I'm going to take the crystal and go home, you know. Okay. That way, if I die, I'll at least have gotten the sword. Okay. Shield, armor, sword. I think that's the, sufficient. Alright, all the way to the bottom. Get some shenanigans to happen. Maybe? There we go. Hi! Okay. So I can't just swing at him. Apparently. But I was hurting him when he shot his, Oh, cool. Easier. Alright. Yep, so basically we're on our own here. But we can probably do it. And then we'll be done! It's still weird how just sometimes they aren't hurting. Okay. Alright, so how are we gonna do this? No! That's not... Ooh! That didn't seem to have any relation to... Ooh, I'm dead. Very dead. Oh. Okay, so... I can't get under him, because then he'll just do the thing. If I don't get close enough, then what's the point? I don't even know if the shield or the armor does any good at this point. Let me do a check on that. Tell me how things work, Internet. Yeah. The armor does not help. Who knows? But is there anything that I would more preferably want to have? I don't think it lets me have this. Yeah. Alright. We will do what we can with what we got. That's all we can do. Yeah, I don't think anything's gonna matter. We'll see. Yeah. I'm not trying to get, like, useful items for the fight, really, because it doesn't seem like the, normal rules of the game apply here. like, I can't switch equipment or anything. Hey. Oof. Oh boy. Alright. Nothing else matters at this point. Don't need cash for anything, it's the end of the game. I don't need poison for anything, it's the end of the game. Interesting. That almost works. Hey! Stop it. So that is mostly effective? Just to throw and then jump away? But I do not understand how Dragon Life is going down. He doesn't regenerate or anything, does he? Ow! No! Okay, I feel like I was making progress, even though... Yeah, that life meter. I don't know what it's doing. Okay, I probably do want to have more life before I try and hit the guy, so... Hey, no! That were a waste. More or less. Okay. Okay. Alright, so he can still fire while he's in the air. Alright. It looked like he mightn't. Oof. Come on. Ooh. Slowly, I just gotta be patient. Ooh. No! No! Getting impatient. Ugh. Oof. Mm. Oof. Ooh. D-pad got me in a direction I did not want to go. Oh no, good heck. Oh great. Oh man. We're both almost dead. But I'm more almost dead than he is. Oof. No! Mark! Down to the last bit. Well, last 10 bits, I know. We're gonna beat this today, though. It'll just be a pain. Okay, so again, starting with full life is probably helpful, since life seems to count even though magic doesn't. No! Well, I say full life. Close enough. Hey! There we go. Oh! Uh-uh. Okay, so just let him move back, because I can basically only hit him when he's on the ground. No! Just getting too close there. When the dragon reminds you he a dragon. Yeah. I don't know why most of the time it ain't hitting him. But I guess he's a dragon, that's up to him. Okay. He is more hurt than I am. Good. Just stay that way. Yes. Hey! No! Yes, I'm being super impatient, I know. Hey! But I want him dead. Go ahead, turn around. All the way back to your beginning. No! No! I'm losing it. Dragon. Oof. Getting him there. Getting him there slowly. Ow! So mean. Okay. We will get it. Question is just how long it would take. Yeah, at this moment I don't care about anything else. Single-minded focus on dragons collecting poison, I guess. I probably could be collecting the money, yeah. Since I spend so much at inns. Okay. Okay, dragon. Get you. Get you good. I'll get you without you hitting me one bit. How about that? Come on. Yeah. Ooh. No! Not fair. knocking you down. No! Okay, get back. Yeah, I just walk into it while it's happening there. That's a good idea. Good way to snatch. Yeah. You're dead, dragon. We're getting you. Woohoo! Okay. Alright. Be dressed up in their home sprites. Wait, did Pochi turn back into an ordinary animal? Alright. GG. Man. Yeah, I don't think I'd ever played that one all the way through to the end before. I knew how. Warrior, wizard, ranger, elf, monster. King Dragon Keela. Talatoons, Archwinger, Erebone, Rockgia, Rockgaia if you like. Rockbeast, Roid Moon, Morikto, Garba, Killabat, Krogan, Kimu, Rydal, Crawler, Snake Kid, Aryu, Yashinotkin, Gersh, Skeleton, Derudith, Gadedo, Slug, Tiger, Cyclops, Mummy, Lizard Man, Dwarf, Giant, Orc, Elemental, Wraith, Eggman, Mimic, Rock, Slime, Lightball, Grande, Memes, Golem, Munch, Wizard, Frogman, Mayu, Darudo, Kiru, Buporch, Durak, Lion, Flail, Snail, Meta Black, Roman, and Edo. With no reference as to what, they might actually refer to. Guess for some of them. Mononymic Staff. Nice. Dr. Key. Snare. Right, Koshiron. Produce. Yes. Legacy the Wizard, copyright 1987, Falcom, 1988, Broderbund Software, Inc. Broderbund used to be a thing. I wonder what they're doing nowadays. Alright. That seems to be that. That is all the time that we had today. Maybe a little bit more. Takes time to kill a dragon. We'll be back on Monday with a new game. Still figure out what that is. Probably something off of Steam, but that could be anything really. So I want to thank you all for hanging out with me, and I hope you all have a great day out there.